Modal verbs are a new topic that we have to learn in this year. What are modal verbs? It's nothing much, it's just a fancy name. Modal verbs means helping verbs, verbs which help. And they are called modal verbs because they make the mood of the sentence clear. They denote something else other than just action. Verbs are usually words which show action. But these words show the mood also of the speaker. For example, if I say must, it means I'm placing an order. Ought to, it's an obligation, it's duty. In 7th standard, you have already learned the difference between ought to, must, and should. Ought to is our duty, should is something that we have to do, but it's not an enforced order, whereas must is enforced. So the verbs that we have under modal verbs can be can, could, may, might, must, must not, should, ought to. All these have common modal verbs. So they've given you, they're called auxiliary verbs because they're helping verbs. They help to make the meaning clear. For example, I can swim. So can here shows my ability to swim. Then can I help you? So it's asking for permission. So many different ways it's helping the main verb, and that's why it's called a auxiliary verb. It shows ability, it shows possibility. It may rain. Permission, may I come in? Okay, obligation, you ought to obey your parents. So all these things, different kinds of moves are expressed by these, and so they're called auxiliary or helping verbs. So some of the verbs are can, could, be able to, may, might, shall, should, must, have to, will, and would. We can use it in so many different. These are again, once again, can, could, had, better, may, might, had better. You had better complete your work before the current goes, or you had better study when you off, get time. All these things. So these are all modal auxiliaries: may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, will, would. One more chart is there. Here some more are added, like dare, which is not there, able to, shall, need, would, must, should have, will be, shall be, all these. Okay, now how to use them? They don't change their form, their spelling. Like for run, it can be ran, it come, came. But modal verbs, they don't change their form. They don't use s for third person singular. Like I can say she sings, but she can sing. You don't add s there. They don't have an infinitive or participle form. Infinitive means adding to run, to walk, to jump, all this. But you don't say to can, to may, to might. So there is no infinitive or participle. Past participle or present participle. Present participle means using ing. You don't say canning, coulding, maying, all that. You won't say canned, could, made. There is no more such past participle or present participle form. When you are using them to make questions, you change the word order. He can go, can he go. Inversion means the changing the word order, and they are followed by infinitive of another verb without to. So I say can swim, I won't say can to swim. Can run, I won't say can to run. These are not accepted. So this is something you have to remember. They don't add s, ed, ing. They don't use infinitive, that is to. They don't use auxiliaries. Auxiliaries again help, like do, does, did. Do or does, did is used to make questions. Does he swim? Isn't it? But we won't say does he can swim. We just say can he swim. To form the negative, put not after the modal. He should not go. Okay, it will come after that. Some more examples are given here of how they help to make the mood clear. For example, can, could show ability. Can, could, make are used to ask permission. Should is for giving for advice. Must, have to is for obligation. And possibility, like it may rain, it might rain, it could rain, it can rain. All these are possibility. I can, it can happen. Okay, so that's again there are more examples. You can pause and see these examples so that you understand it better. Again, obligation, probability, possibility, these are the most common uses of modal verbs. Now must, can't, may or might, these are some of the important auxiliary used for deduction. Deduction means we are guessing what it will be. It may have been, someone knocked on the door, it may have been my friend. So that's a deduction. Now obligation. Obligation means what we should do. This we have already learned, that is you must be 18 or older to vote. Before that you can't vote. Then should, I should eat more vegetables. It is also something that's compulsion, but it's not as much as must. And have to is used, but it's not a modal verb. So she has to finish the report by 5 a.m. So we won't take that. Now there are many sometimes we can use it in the perfect form, that is we add have to it. For example, he would have completed his work, you could have done that, he may have passed the exam, it might have rained. So it shows a possibility that may have been there. You could have, you should have done the work, you could have done it, no, why did you Lily, that kind of a question. So to show something that may have happened, we use perfect modal. Then models of obligation. Obligation against means duty. It's a very strong recommendation. Again, this we have done it earlier. Must, have to, and can be used. It's one of the most important models. It can be used in so many different ways. It can be used to give permission. It can be used to show possibility. He can guess why she is angry. It can be used to make a request. It can show someone's ability. It shows general truths. Exercise can reduce stress. It shows could is the past tense of can. So it shows past possibility. I could do it. I could help you. That's a polite way of speaking. Possibility, a lot of crime could be prevented. That's also, it can be present possibility also. So it uses nearly the same way as can. Another very important auxiliary is should. Should is used even for advice. It can use for something that may happen. Mary should be at home now. We are guessing. Okay. Then likely in the future. They should win tonight. Okay, they're a better team. So it also is used in. So must is a very important obligation. It can also be a deduction. That is, we are guessing. It must be cold outside. It's the strongest of all these. Stronger than ought, should. Then must versus have to. We can use must and have to, but must is stronger. And must means it. The speaker feels it's necessary. Have to, it may be a person, another person who feels it's necessary. It's an external obligation. Okay. Whereas must is a personal opinion. Now here we have some fill in the blanks based on models. We obey our teachers. So what is it? We have to obey or we must obey. That depends on your. Okay, she passed this time. Okay, this time at least, let us hope, isn't it? Then he not buy a car. Has to or need. He works hard lest he fail. What will come? Should or must. Do you, there's a blank, cook your own meal. Do you, should, do you, have to. The villagers, again a blank, used kerosene lamps a few years ago. So it's obvious what it may be. The old lady, a blank, take a bath every day before taking meals. She finished this work before I go. She has to or she must. Ramesh said that they report for duty on Monday. Will it be should report or ought to report? We prepare our lessons well before examination. We ought to or we must. What will take a look at the answers? You can go back to the previous slide and see the questions, and then you can check your answer. And now here is another one exercise without answers. Go through it and try to find the answer by yourself. Like fill in the blanks with appropriate models. We pay attention to our studies. Is it ought to or should? Is someone going to force you, or is it your duty? You not litter the classroom. Here it's very obvious. You can do it, but you should not do it. So it should be should. I talk to you immediately. Now what do you say? I ought to or I need to. I need to. I have to express something. It's not my duty. They will then leave a blank, clear all the doubts before the starting of the meeting. They will have to clear or had to clear. The meeting is not yet started, so it has to be have to. He take those medicines to get better. He has to or had to. Think about it. He had to take those medicines to get better, or he has to take. It depends on the situation, whether it's the past or the present. You consult a physician. You should consult or you ought to. That depends on the person who's speaking, whether it's our duty or whether that person is forcing us. You ought to exercise daily or need to exercise daily. It's obvious there is no to in need, so it has to be ought to. They not send the letter now. They need not send the letter or would not. Need not. It's not necessary for them. That's the meaning of the sentence. Shahi ran fast so that he dash catch the train. Should it be should or needs? Shahi ran fast so that he catch the train. I think it shouldn't be either should or needs, so that he could. Could would be a better option. You not use the office phone for private calls. It's obvious you must not. It is wrong. Okay, you must not use the phone for private calls. I hope you have got an idea about models.